Pappijoe Clem series that has just gotten started a few moments ago. So this is just game number 1. Nothing crazy happening here at the moment. Again, just the first 2 and a bit minutes or so. There is something proxied from Pappijoe on the top side. Obviously we just joined in, so I don't know what that is just yet. Let me go check. It is the proxied Robo. So something a little bit aggressive coming down. And we'll keep our eyes on how that goes as well. Just going to jump between these couple of series, I think. We might go back into Garrett Blue Cheese. I don't know. Anyways, Reaper sees this, so Clem kind of sees the proxied Robo, so he can start to respond. He's already built a high ground command center, so Clem is already playing fairly safe, as the factory will get itself towards the tech lab. Can we see the Reaper picking its way through the pylon? Okay, able to get the kill there in the end and cleans this up. Probe is going to get the SCV on the natural, so SCV going down. Clem's tank is actually on the wrong side of the wall, and I actually don't think he can get through on the left there because of the bunker. I did this the other day. I bunkered up on the wrong, like right there, and it just makes it so awkward for your production structures. Very, very safe though in terms of an attack up the ramp, but obviously with the prism it can come in from the side, and that could make this a bit more awkward. So, SCV is just continuing to pop out, coming in towards the mineral lines there, and I'm just intrigued to see. Let's see how this attack goes, I guess. Then we might jump back into Blue Cheese and Geralt. We'll give them a couple of minutes to get set up or so, and watch the continuation of that qualifying match. Well, going to get the first depot. I mean, Clem's not going to get overly aggressive. Man, the tank shot's brutal. Especially like the tank shot when the barrier is up, even because it does so much damage and activates the barrier. It's like, wow, that's a very effective shot to get on an immortal. Tank's a pretty powerful man, as the natural expansion of Pappijoe is on the way up. It's about to finish actually, so he's also transitioned into a Twilight Council and a Blink. He stopped using the Robo, but obviously in the long run, I mean, you're gonna want that Robo and you're gonna have to replace it. So when Clem finds it, I mean, he knows where it is. When Clem gets the chance to kill it, that's going to be a little bit brutal for him. Bunker coming up on the natural expansions. You're going to be seeing the siege tanks continue to be produced. There's one bunker is the one thing to really hold the low ground beyond that tank. Really just wants to get this up. The Viking's actually really nice to help push that war prism away. He's going to be able to do this quite nicely. So prism gets pushed back pretty easily so far. Viking will land, and Clem, I wonder if he gets into a little bit of an aggressive attack here. And you have those Marines, the Viking gathering together. A few of those Marines just jumping into the bunker now, and SCVs will come forward to repair the Viking just a little bit. Again, looks like Clem's defended this. Looks like he's getting into a bit more of a standard game. I think we'll stick with this game because I think you guys kind of like Clem. Remember, this isn't the qualifying match yet, actually. The winner of Clem Pappijoe has to go up against Drogo. So Drogo is still waiting for the opponent. This game's only in game 1 as well. It's just crazy. What's up, XMS82? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Marines and a couple tanks heading up to the top side. That Robo facility in the pylon going to be in a little bit of trouble. Just going to pick that off. And again, like I said, now you have no Robo facility to work with. Clem's not too eager to waste time though, so he's going to keep moving forwards. Oh, going to lose the Viking, maybe the Raven. Or neither if you don't know what you want to kill. Oh, that was a little bit unfortunate, as we are going to be seeing this army of Clem continue to move down towards the bottom right-hand side. Army here setting up. I mean, again, the tanks continue to press forwards now. Tanks should start sieging up, though. I mean, one of them... Oh my god, that tank is so hidden, man. Like, it's like, who, do you see me? I'm hidden in the bushes. He's a bit of an annoying one. Oh, there's a model here. Might have a good time. This tank's actually completely safe. Interference Matrix! Not fast enough. Well, Matrix the Prism was probably a delayed reaction slash just didn't come in when he thought it would. This push forwards continues. I mean, this pile on the natural's going to go down. Pappijoe has a good amount of army supply, though. It's just pushing into tanks is always dangerous. At what point does Clem decide, okay, I've been here a bit too long, time for me to get away? He scans, sees the army, drops down an auto turret. Let's see what he can do here, Clem. And as you see the initial zealots, I think with charge, cleaning up this attack is usually pretty easily done. And charge does indeed clean this up and is going to be able to, well, Pappijoe will just go counterattack. It seems he's got a lot of charge lots left over. Couple stalkers blink forwards. The Raven will go down. So Raven picked off there again. The Observer just hanging out overhead. And we still see that Pappijoe is just gathering his units together in the middle of the map. Scan on the bottom right side. Sees no third base there. Clem just trying to figure out what's going on. Doesn't have this vision on this third base either. Pappijoe's going to find the third base building. That's huge. Because Clem can't defend a low ground third. That's really brutal for Clem. Having to cancel his third base, but that greed is going to be punished. Scans for an Observer at least. Pappijoe canceling that third. That is a really big deal, guys. Like, suddenly Clem loses a base. That is so close to finishing as well. Man. The Zealot army has to be careful though, with Widow Mines in stock and now Stim and so on finished. Plus one attack also done too. Clem's army is good to fight this composition of Pappijoe now. So Pappijoe does have to be a bit more cautious. Probably just focus on staying a little bit safer and probably just backing away here, which is what he begins to do. Backing off through to the center. Stalker's picking off a lone marine, scouting out, seeing what's going on. There's just a quick update from Geralt versus Blue Cheese. Geralt has just killed like 15 workers, takes a big lead in game number 2, but does have to put up with an attack. If that sets up, we'll maybe jump into that to show you guys how it's going. Single marine coming forwards, fighting this zealot here. Well, charges in, shuts that marine down. Bye bye, marine. Not today. Again, Bio pushing through the center of the map at the moment. Pappijoe has some High Templars maybe to storm with. Oh, there we go. First storm coming down. Zealots getting a couple of Widow Mine shots. Clem going to load up 2 Medivacs instantly and go towards the main after he sees what's going on here. So sends those straight to the main base now. Now the War Prism going to hit in towards the main of Clem. So actually, unit's going to be going everywhere. Clem will be able to unload in a corner, and Pappijoe will not see this unloading, so he's going to have very little info. He obviously thinks the main attack is over here, which he kind of is, kind of was. I mean, but the attack in the main base unpowers. Oh no, there's another pylon powering a bunch of this. We'll get a few pros, but in general, I think he just wants pylons here, Clem. He goes for that pylon in the back. I mean, this pylon's worth killing too. Meanwhile, on the top side, a couple of storms coming down there. Zealots in the main base being shut down now as well. Widow Mine's helping a lot with that. Again, Pappijoe can't warp in any longer. And this makes this attack obviously very difficult to deal with because he can't warp in to defend it. Bio pulling back a little bit further here. There's a little bit of Bio in the main. Only lost a couple of Marines or so. And again, empowering all those gates is absolutely huge. Widow Mine's being the main thing to kind of hold this off. As I guess the rest of Clem's army is being held back a lot by those Zealots. In fact, he doesn't have much at the moment in terms of reinforcements. He's going to gather everything together. Oops, sees a pylon over here. He's going to come and pick that off. Pappijoe trying to take a lot of map control of those pylons, get that vision set up, etc. As we're going to be seeing 2 Widow Mines leading the charge up the ramp. A couple more Widow Mines will burrow into play, and again, just going to see the Bio grabbing another couple of units. Stalkers, Zealots. And what we're going down as well. Adept, a couple more Zealots getting picked off. This Natural is in trouble, man. And this Protoss army is taking forever to get back here. Widow Mine's picking off some units as they come in. The Sentry, no! Oh, he goes down whichever way it goes, I guess. He splits against the Storms. It's actually High Templar versus the world, it feels like. As we're going to be seeing the High Templars still have a few Storms on them, but the damage already is pretty insane. On the top side, I keep thinking this is an army, but no, it's still just the Robo Facility. God damn it. I just keep glimpsing it, and it being in purple is really making it difficult. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like purple's kind of difficult to see on the minimap against this, like, brown color, but Robo Facility will drop down. And we are going to be seeing Clem 140 to 81 supply, looking very good here in game number 1 against Pappijoe, as he obviously wants to advance through and play Drogo in that qualifying matchup. The fact that Clem or Drogo, one of them will have to go through to day 3 is just crazy. Just as a quick update, Geralt qualifies over Blue Cheese, takes down Blue Cheese there 2-0. That second game still took place during this game, so we never got back to it, unfortunately. But Blue Cheese eliminated. Good attempt from him, but we'll have to try again on Sunday. Again, that's the next European qualifier, Sunday. Should be some good fun. High Templar, Stalkers, Zealot, and Immortals starting to move forwards. The mine will burrow up, a couple of Liberators will siege. The Storm's coming down. Fire splitting up quite nicely here. A couple more High Templar storming in. I mean, honestly, the Storms have done a lot for Pappijoe, and he actually might hold off this attack purely because of the Storms. A little bit of bio in the natural. I mean, now he can maybe overrun. The Archons aren't ready yet. At the very least, he's going to get a bunch of the Stalkers, and maybe he will kill the Archons as well. It's difficult because of the splash damage they deal. Oh, kites backwards. I mean, the Widow Mines are very good because they do shield damage quite heavily, and then they clean up a lot of this. I mean, a few Zealots coming in as well, but extra Bayous keep on showing up. It's also 1-1 versus 0-0. Those upgrades helping Clem massively here, as he will come through, cleaning up that Zealot there, and Pappijoe still just microing around a couple of units. As this Bayou Force will keep on pressing in. GG's called, and Clem will pick up game 1 against Pappijoe very soon though, but still been a lot of fun. It's still been a lot of fun while it's lasted. As we kick off into game number 3. To the bottom left-hand side, guys, our red Terran player... Sorry, game number 2. Bottom left-hand side, our red Terran player is Clem, who's up 1-0 in this series. Against the purple Protoss player to the top right from E-Punk's Pappijoe. Who has been a player that I've actually followed for a long time. He is infamous for a while for doing mass DT, like to whole new levels of Dark Templar. It's like, how many DTs have you seen die in one game? A 10-minute game. 28? You've probably watched a Pappijoe game then. But obviously looking a lot more solid, and again, still a little bit cheesy. Proxy Robo in that last game, but honestly, played it out well after that as well for a while. I liked his moves, the prison play, etc. There's some good stuff in general. So well played by Pappijoe, I feel. Just Clem a little bit too good. Clem needs to sharpen up though, because he's going to beat Drogo, who is fresh out of Korea. It's not going to be easy. Is there an NA qualifier tomorrow? Yes, in 10.5 hours there's an NA qualifier, because we have to... because it's the Taiwanese, because the NA server this time around actually includes like Taiwan and SEA. It's like the SEA Asian America qualifier, so it's going to be starting in like 10.5 hours. I'll be here to cast it for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the other European qualifier starts on Sunday, same time as today, and then there'll be an NA qualifier from the American server Sunday night. I'll probably not cast that NA qualifier, because a lot of other people cast the NA qualifier, and I also just, in general, it's kind of rough for me, because I have to wake up early to cast the IEM qualifier, so it doesn't work out very easily. Hey, what's up, Freesby? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Says, Wardy, keep on going, the SC2 hype. Thank you so much for the 2 months on Twitch Prime, you beautiful little bee. Don't freeze up too much. Thank you so much, appreciate it. As we get ourselves going here in game number 2 with the Adept, just not quite picking off that Reaper. He's going to try and shade for it, but there's plenty of ledges nearby on blue shift for you to move towards, and that's what we are starting to see. Adept does come around the other side, and then Clem is like, cool, well, I'm just going to go back this way. Back and forth, back and forth. We're up to the top, going to be heading to the main in the next couple of moments. Wardy, did you sell your Blizzard posters for beige paint? They are coming back! I didn't realize so many people would care about these posters. Oh my god. I moved to my studio from my rented office to my house, to my apartment. So I now cast from my apartment, which is awesome. But everyone gets really triggered about these the lack of the posters. I mean, didn't really think people cared that much, but apparently they do. They'll be coming back in some capacity, fear not. For Hellions wanting to maybe just run by here. The probe is in position. That is going to be a pylon in place there. Grenades down. I mean, the pylon will die in a second, but it gives the chance for the Stalker to get in position. But then what? No other units? Already 2 probes going down. 3. I mean, Pappijoe splits the probes quite nicely to minimize damage here. That's 10 workers killed. Tell you what, though, those Hellions have a bunch of HP going into the main. The Immortal will shut down one of them, though. And the other 2 are not able to move forwards because of the block. Still 14 workers killed. It's a lot of damage dealt by Clem in the early stages here. A lot of damage dealt. Clem going to take a big worker lead. And against a Protoss player, worker lead is fantastic. Gets that final worker as well. Make that 15 on the board. As you see, the Stalker able to pick up that Hellion as well. So takes that Hellion down. And we are going to be seeing now, well, the Prism on the way up. I mean, if you try and counter with this, I just don't know what you do, really. He's trying to rush out that Immortal and I guess the Prism to go across the map and attack, but, well, we'll see what happens as we do have the Marines continue to gather up. A couple of tanks gathering on the main and the natural. And again, more Marines coming out, Liberator coming in as well. Getting this set to roll. All of this is very defensive, though. I mean, Clem has... If Pappijoe actually commits to trying to fight through here, this is going to be painful. The bunker, the 2 tanks, the Liberator. I mean, then what is he meant to do, though? He's down 6 workers. Usually, as a Protoss player, you're meant to be ahead by like 10 or so workers. So, being down by 6, that's pretty brutal at the moment. That's not where you want to be as a Protoss. Let me tell you that right now. As you see, the few units ready to... I mean, do you push in? I mean, he starts a 3rd base in a row bay. Clem scans the natural, sees no gases. That's probably going to tell him to be afraid. I mean, he probably should, but the robobase suggests anything but that. I think Pappijoe isn't even sure what he's doing right now, as he's probably making things up. Probably wanted to attack and saw how prepared Clem was. He's like, well, I mean, like, I've got 15 probes dead, and I'm not used to this, and yeah. And Clem just bunkers up again, and just continues to build on up. We're going to be seeing the Viking to the side is going to jump on that Prism right away. Let's see if the Stalkers can... Oh my god, he doesn't even drop the Immortal off. And those Stalkers just get sacrificed. Now the Prism will go down because there's no Stalkers to protect it. So the Immortal gets abandoned. And poor Immortal will... well, he will make it home at least, but... He just watched the 2 Stalkers get dropped to their death. Followed by the... followed by the Prism dying. He's like 1 transport. He's like stranded in a foreign place. He's like, what am I meant to do? No! Bunker salvages. Clem is getting towards those bio upgrades, and I imagine 1 big push from him. He goes into 2 more racks, and feels like, yeah, he's just going to start pushing and keep pushing. Might even SCV pull. And as a Liberator sieges up on the natural, looking for a few probe kills here. Pappijoe had a long time to see this, honestly, and there's a couple probes. Now Liberator ping-pong is back towards the 3rd base here as well, which is very nice, because there isn't really any much proper anti-air up at the moment. Probes being kept away from the minerals there, and again, nice little bits and pieces. Sees the Stalkers around, and we'll just keep that Liberator away. We'll run down the right side. Oh, just going to siege up here, actually. I mean, that can work. There's a probe you could target. The Stalker takes a couple of shots. Does now. He's standing in range. Anyways, the main army of Clem shows up. He doesn't have stim yet. I mean, he gets tanks here, though. Tank siege up. Target the Colossus, maybe? Because the Colossus is the biggest threat to the army right now. Colossus goes down. The tanks go down. Killing the Immortals as well. This game, guys, is very, very over. As the bio presses in. A couple of Zealots will drop. A Viking will land. Now, this is GG. Clem did way too much damage early in the game. The follow-up from Pappijoe was neither here nor there. Even he was a bit confused as